worried about what'll happen to her, so Brad calls the doctors and asks for Amy to have some free time outside her room for the sake of her mental health. After some hesitation, Nicole accepts as long as the guards go with them. Amy then gets to play outside, and Brad now has a better view of what's outside the facility to make a plan. Meanwhile, Clark begins seeing Shauna inside his mind all the time. She's sweet and thankful, but she also warns him one of his soldiers is going crazy. Right after she disappears, Clark gets a call telling him one of his men is acting weird. Clark rushes to discover Paulson has seen the backstory of Vampire Winston like Clark saw Shauna's. He also thinks the humans are becoming the vampire's lab rats. When Jonas does his daily checkup on his patient, Anthony confesses the nightmares are getting worse and that Tim tells him he has to make a choice, but he doesn't understand what. Jonas tells him he's a better subject than the others because he hasn't shown side effects, and the nightmares may come from the guilt of what happened to his girlfriend. After Jonas is gone, Anthony thinks about his first meeting with Rachel. She had taught him how to be a better realtor and they immediately hit it off, so they started dating. Anthony's thoughts are interrupted when he gets a note from Amy, but before he can reply, he suddenly spits some blood and discovers he's losing teeth. In the meantime, Lila and Lacey meet with Sierra, who shows them the report she's prepared about the case. She explains it'll be broadcasted at 5 p.m. and that dangerous people are involved, so they need to lay low. However, when 5 p.m. comes and the women turn on the news, instead of the report, they see an announcement that Sierra is dead. Lila is sure she was murdered for knowing too much and she and Lacey decide to leave immediately, choosing a church led by a friend of Lacey's to hide for a while. Later, when Lila is praying alone, a stranger surprises her from behind and takes her away. At Noah, Jonas discovers Tim's brainwaves are higher than ever, and when the nurses check on Anthony, they find him in the middle of a breakdown and with a very high fever. He's immediately taken to the doctors, who decide he must be injected with a new formula. Outside, Amy borrows some binoculars and discovers there's a sniper on the roof. Brad immediately pushes her down right before the sniper shoots, revealing him to be Paulson. Clark and his men immediately come out, and while they exchange shots with Paulson, Brad and Amy sneak around the